On a beautiful Saturday morning, two sisters were playing dolls in their room before boredom set in. The eldest sister, Sharon, 6 years of age, climbs on top of the dresser because she remembers her mother's boyfriend putting something up out of their reach. She reaches up on top of the dresser. Well, she climbs on top of the dresser, reaches up, and comes down with a big black gun. They play guns all the time, but this one was different. Sharon put her two index fingers together and pulled the trigger, and she shoots her 5-year-old sister Lisa in the chest. Lisa looks down and she's in total shock. The mother runs into the room and grabs 5-year-old Lisa, runs to the telephone and calls 911. She runs outside to get help from the neighbors. 911 comes, the ambulance comes. She goes to the hospital. They send her to the hospital. When they arrive at the hospital, that is all Lisa can remember. After 2 hours of surgery, the doctor walked through the doors, double doors of the waiting room, to inform the family of Lisa's condition. But before I tell you the outcome of the story, let's dive into some statistics of other families that have gone through similar situations. Lisa and her family are not alone. Federal data from the Center for Disease Control indicates that between 2007 and 2011, an average of 62 children aged 14 and younger were accidentally shot and killed last year. From December 2012 and 2013, at least 100 children were killed in unintentional shootings, almost 2 each week, 61% higher than the federal data reflect. About 2/3 of these unintended, 65%, took place in a home or vehicle that belonged to the victim's family, most often with guns that were legally owned but not secured. Now let's dig into some other facts associated with keeping firearms in the home. I'm sure you all watch the news, and it seems like it's becoming more common to hear about someone bringing a gun to school. In a 2-year time span, there's an average of 2 school shootings a month at K-12 schools, according to the NRA report, with most of the perpetrators getting the guns from home. Where do you think these guns are coming from? Kids are bringing guns onto the campus from their home, killing students, staff, medical personnel, and themselves. Gun violence prevention group says school shootings often involve arguments that escalate, and guns are being brought in from their homes. There were 95 shootings after the New Connecticut massacre in a 2-year time span. Some suggested arming the teachers, but what would that resolve? Shannon Watts, founder of Moms Demand Action, quoted, "We do not send our children to school to learn how to hide from gunmen, nor should we expect sharpshooting to be a job requirement for educators." The public's confidence in firearms, however, is misguided. The evidence overwhelmingly shows that guns leaves everyone less safe, including their owners. A study from October 2013 analyzed data from 27 developed nations to examine the impact of firearm prevalence on the mortality rate. Let's be clear, we're all entitled to our opinions, but facts are facts. Lisa's family decided that it's safer to keep a firearm in the home. She is now in the hospital awaiting her fate. As the doctor walked through the double doors, the family stood to their feet. He wanted to put them out of their misery. Lisa is going to be just fine. She's lost a lot of blood, but she'll be on the road to recovery. Mentally, emotionally, she will need help. I know the feeling, and the reason this topic and story is very dear and touching to me, that I'm Lisa. I was only 5 years old when my sister shot me in the chest. I was shot with a .38 caliber. It was very traumatizing for us. My sister was very protective over me after the incident, and still is to this day. In closing, I'd like to leave you with a quote from Steve Jobs. If today were the last day of your life, would you want to do what you are doing today? Thank you.